My journey as an admissions ambassador started really early in my freshman year. I was lucky to be identified as someone who the admissions department would want to take on what we called Padre previews. I was invited to speak and I really had no idea what I was getting into. And when I got in front of the crowd, I just froze. I didn't have any confidence in what I was saying and I kind of felt like it was very jumbled and I didn't think that anyone got anything out of it. When I came back as a senior to do more Padre previews and I stood up in front of prospective students and their parents, I could feel a new sense of confidence because I had been here before and I had so much experience talking without a script that I really felt like I was able to command the crowd and get my point across very clearly. When I compare this to how I was as a freshman, it's like night and day, the difference. And because of all the opportunities I had over my 4 years as an admissions ambassador to speak and to work through all those weird phrases and everything else that comes along with being a young speaker, I really felt like I was able to develop, and I'm now at a place where if you give me a topic I'm knowledgeable about, I can get in front of a group of people and just talk about it. I've watched myself develop over the 4 years from a timid freshman who really had no confidence in what he was saying to a senior who was able to stand up and really command the group. I've had a lot of leadership opportunities at Serra, but the most important is my own aviation club. The club has really given me an opportunity to connect with underclassmen who I might not have known even had an interest in aviation or loved the same things that I do. The members of the club have had various opportunities to hear from speakers that I've been able to set up. We've also come to the Hiller Aviation Museum to do flight simulators and teach each other how to fly. It's something that I'm passionate about and I love sharing it with my other Padres. When I leave Serra next year, I want my legacy to be the Future Aviators Club. And I hope that, through that cycle of handing the club down and sharing our passion for aviation, that the club becomes one of the staples at Serra and is able to do some really cool things that I wasn't able to do in my time. My experience being in the environment of Serra, which always stresses service and integrity and to produce men who live out those values, really pushed me to apply to military academies. My journey through Serra has always had a focus of serving others, whether it be through our service commitments or our discussions in theology class. It's always been an idea in my head that I want my life to be dedicated to service. I am very cognizant of the fact that Serra's prepared me to live by the core values that they hold so dear, which is service, leadership, and integrity. The Serra Brotherhood finds service, integrity, and leadership to be very central to what they do as well. And I feel like I've been prepared over 4 years to live a life and have a career centered around those values. When I was interviewing with service academies to get a nomination to go, the most important questions that they asked me were about experiences that I had in high school. What leadership experiences have you had? What challenges have you had where you had to make a decision to do the right thing? And through going to Serra and having an opportunity to experience a plethora of different things, academically, socially, and athletically, I had answers to all of these questions that were genuine and true to myself. My name is Jack Olson and I am a Padre. What will your journey be?